but we'll have to wait and see. And I mean, we are here at top 32. So, like you said, it is Blahaj versus Noble, and things are already getting started. And now we're finally here, Choice. The agent selection has been commenced, and everybody is locking it in pretty quick.
Ooh, I'm loving this already. We're having Breach and Brimstone on the side of Blahaj, including that Killjoy Jet and the Rays. But on the side of Noble, we have kind of a more interesting, you've got the Omen, actually more normal, I guess you would say, here on Split. You've got the Breach, though, on their side as well. So we're going to see a lot of flashpoints today. A lot of these players are going to be blind for most of this game, that's for sure.
Flashpoint on flashpoint on flashpoint. I mean, Breach, I'm so happy to see Breach being utilized a lot more now. And, in a map like this, I was definitely thinking he should be picked in a good way, especially on defensive and on the attacking side. Just opens up so many different avenues for you to have that player, especially with the fault line and rolling thunder. I mean, those are just dangerous recipes all together.
Oh, absolutely. And Cup and I were talking about it on the last time we saw Split. A lot of the Omen / Breach plays together, like that utility, was fantastic. We saw the Flashpoint come out, or even a Paranoia come out first, then the Flashpoint, with a lot of this utility kind of banking off of each other to really open up opportunities to get onto the site. So I'm excited to see how they're able to use the Brimstone, though, because that's kind of different than what we've seen before.
Yeah, now Brimstone's going to be used in this, which actually does make it a little bit more interesting in a map like this. But, and already now, look at this. Menace is going to be Dennis the Menace, as he's already been able to get into the site. And, well, hi, they're just actually giving it up completely. So they're just going to go for this full retake setup. So instead, they're going to just try to go back in the pinch here. This is going to be Singularity going for the flashpoint, getting things ready for his team. Zill finding that first exchange yet, but nothing damaged yet against Noble. Spikes planted, they're already ready, posted up the precision. He's going to be able to open things up here, back and forth once again. Well, hi, they're trying to push on through. They're winning these exchanges back to the 3-and-3. There's just so much happening all at one time, but that's going to be that. And Noble, they take this pistol round very convincingly here, Choice.
Oh, absolutely. A beautiful round for Noble. I mean, I'm not going to lie, it was a pretty good try from Blahaj, but honestly, there was just... the positioning from Noble was too good. It was too fantastic. So Blahaj are going to be down here 0-1, but I mean, that's nothing to say. They've got some fantastic players, and so does Noble. So this is going to be a pretty even match. I can really see this match being those 1-for-1 round matches where they just keep trading blows to each other every single round. So I'm excited about this. Blahaj, with that Brimstone, they have probably a better chance on the attacker side. I'm not going to lie, because of those really quick and really long smokes from the Brimstone. But we'll have to see what happens here. And I thought they were going to go for the mid control, but they're backing off towards B main.
Even Blahaj, I mean, they're playing a lot more aggressively now. So you have the one player that's going to be in ropes, as well as two room. But look at this, Noble, they're able to just push on through again. This is a very good read, and they only have one defensive player holding the site, but it doesn't matter. I mean, it actually does get a little bit of retaliation back here. Singularity making something happen with a classic, but it's only just going to be the one. Noble been able to just sweep the rug here from Blahaj pretty easily, and now it's going to be a 2-0, only losing one casualty. Not too bad considering. And now we should see the gun round here available for Blahaj. And like you said, I mean, Brimstone on attack is definitely going to be the interesting piece for me, but we'll have to see if they're going to try something a little bit different here, Choice.
Oh yeah, they're definitely going to have to, because Noble, I mean, getting onto the site so fast, so quickly, and I mean, the executes are looking fantastic from Noble. It looks like they've definitely put their time in on this map, in the, in the servers, on the background, trying to get as much done as possible, and it looks really clean so far. Menace about to be a menace up with this judge that's taken down by Jaumak.
Good start already now. So Blahaj actually going to be winning this first exchange, and whereas before we see Noble, they seem to get into the site early on, but right now they're actually going to be pushed back a little bit more. They don't have a lot of control of the map so far. I mean, they do have their Breach just lurking in the mid, whereas the rest of the players are going to be trying to go for this 4-1 or 3-1 split, sorry, in towards A, and they're trying to be a bit of a distraction here. See if Blahaj is going to bite on it, and it already looks like they are. You can see so many of the players are rotating this Breach. He might be able to find this. If he can get it at the perfect time, he might be able to get the back lines.
Oh, this will be very interesting. Very interesting indeed. Noble has been, I mean, I feel like they've adjusted quite well, knowing that Blahaj is going to be able to buy in this round. But Blahaj, this positioning from Renz is actually really fantastic, especially since they're going to be pushing up through ropes here. This could be a nice double, but no, caught him off guard, and Zekken was able to take down Renz. This is huge. Now this is the A site for Noble.
Yeah, that's exactly what what we were talking about. I mean, that lurk between Precision actually with this teammate were able to now find these frags, so they've now put themselves in an advantage situation. Zill does equalize it back now, but now just actually leaving it all down to Singularity by himself. Does have Van one have, has a flashpoint, but not going to be able to use it as king. We'll keep that crown on the hands of Noble as they're going to be taking this 3-0. They won the gun round. They won a big test. So now Blahaj, they're going to have to just go for whatever purchase at this moment. They might try to do the sheriffs, maybe some ghosts, things like that. Maybe a Bucky, but I mean, now this is kind of getting a little bit dicey for them early on.
Absolutely. Noble looks like they know exactly what they're doing. They're running around this map with precision. They know exactly where they're going and how they're going to do it. Even in the face of going down a member quickly in mid, they still readjust and they're able to come back and win the round in a big way. And Blahaj have a lot of work to do here.
Going to be able to get this orb too, so that's actually a very good pickup because now King going to be having the lockdown available. So that's 3 ults now for Noble. They have the showstopper, they have lockdown, and into the shadows. We'll have to see what they have in store. I mean, right now Blahaj already losing their killjoy early on. And the spike is down, so you can see Noble, they haven't fully invested on the decision yet. They're still kind of playing things out. They just want to see what they can find, make work of something in Singularity. Caught out at the wrong time. Wasn't invited to that party. Bouncer does take him out, and now Noble, all the fruitful picking for them. They have all the choices ahead of them, Choice.
Yes, they do. It looks like B site is that choice. They're going to be putting a lot of utility covering their backside from CT. A beautiful pink shells is probably going to do a teeny bit of damage there, but this setup right here, oh, it's so beautiful. Menace is going to be able to take down Jalmak, who got a little bit too excitable and jumped right down into the hell side. Zill trying to get something done here, maybe a headshot, at least take out one of the members of Noble would be huge. In this moment, misses the shot, but it's all up to Renz to get something done here. Gets 1, gets 2, a beautiful start off, or beautiful send-off, I should say, from Renz. Get 2 headshots onto Noble, and then they're just probably going to back off of the site and maybe let him push into them.
If Renz would have been able to pick up the rifle, that could have been a really nice pickup considering, and bring it into this next round. So it looks like he might try to go for it. Does actually want to commit to this, but Precision is going to take him down. So money is now just piling up here for Blahaj. And we were talking a little bit about Blahaj, I mean, who they are, and they've been here. This isn't, their first tournament here. They've been here quite a few times. I mean, week 22, like in the early stages of VSS, I mean, they were top 16. I mean, in the later stages now, they've been in top 8. So definitely no stranger to being here at the VSS. And I mean, Noble, they got a lot to prove.
Yeah, absolutely. We have seen some of the members of Noble, though. I mean, like Jangler and Zekken, we've seen them on Wichita Wolves, as well as Shiba. And then I think Menace was on Phoenix 1. And so, I mean, as a roster, this is definitely new to them for the VSS, but I'm pretty excited that they're kind of falling through right now. They're looking really good as a group, but Menace, my goodness, that's what I'm talking about. Just a fantastic players put together. This is scary stuff.
It's already 2 ultimates now going to be used, and you saw the knives. They make the connection on the Opper here for Blahaj. And now that lockdown is going to be pushing back the defense, so they're going to be able to get into the site. No detaining players, but they should be able to get this spike down very quickly. Menace trying to get the updraft, not able to find anything yet. Has a Bucky close on by. He might be able to find one of these players if they push too quickly. Spike's now planted, a 4-on-5 situation. The HP's low for the breach. Menace still using this Omen smoke to his advantage, just hugging the wall, waiting, trying to be a menace, but he's not going to be able to land it. And now that's going to be the showstopper going to be now used, and that's going to be orbital strike as well. And there's just so much chaotic things going on, and all of a sudden now it's just down to 1 choice.
Oh, this is happening so fast. Strafe is going to be able to take down Zekin in a nice, beautiful headshot, but that is Jangler finishing it off. With 3 members left alive on Noble, this has been absolutely insane so far. Blahaj still have yet to really adjust to what Noble is throwing at them right now, and it's been tough for them at the moment. But once again, these are great players. We've been seeing some really good frags come out of them in the face of imminent death. So I'm excited to see like one of those rounds that kind of changes the pace of what Blahaj is doing. And I really hope that they kind of turn this around and show off that skill that we know they have.
Yeah, Noble have already been able to pick up 5 rounds. So, I mean, they're 1 round away from, you know, pretty much having this happen at least at a tie. Blahaj, we're going to have to see something a little bit different from them right now. I mean, they haven't been able to find a lot of openings. They have 3 ultimates, so you can see Zill's actually going to be now using the Blade Storm, which can definitely be deadly. We'll have to see. And they still have the Rolling Thunder available here for the breach on Noble, so they can use this Rolling Thunder. They can use it either on the A ramp, they can try to use it on the site. There's a lot of different options that they can utilize this for, or they can wait for the post-plant situation. And now the dark cover is going to be coming through, so you can already see the executes now here. There will be Mock that's going to be inside the site. Rolling Thunder is going to be used, but it doesn't make the connection here, Choice.
Oh, it's a really unfortunate situation. Noble are just in the right place at the right time. This is not the best round for Blahaj at the moment. I mean, they do have a showstopper. They can get something done with that here, lads. Second, though, punching out in a really scary position here with this Phantom. Lots of utility being used, but Precision is going to be able to take down Renz. This is huge from Noble, putting a stop to Blahaj in their tracks right now. But look at that, lads. Gorgeous stuff.
That's just rude. I mean, you know, Stray's just able to just get like a nice little Bucky kill, get out of there, and that's that. I mean, the one kill wonder, you know, and now we're at 6-0 Noble. Like I said, they've now been at least worst case scenario, they're going to be at a tie. There could be, you know, if Blahaj wakes up a little bit, they can bring this back to a 6-6. Another gun round. Money is spent here for Blahaj. No operators, of course, but they do have Vandals and Phantoms ready to go. Full armor. This is a big test, a much needed test for them as well. I mean, they just haven't been able to get any firing power at all against Noble.
No, not at all. It's been tough so far. Noble just have their executes down pat. Zekin, look, just knows what to do in that situation, kind of pushes out in a situation that I personally wouldn't have pushed out at, but Zekin, so confident, knows where to put that crosshair placement. He's able to come around the corner and get those beautiful headshots, and that's what's been happening with Noble. They have these executes in mind, they have their playbook, and they know exactly what they're going to do with it, and that's been a thorn in Blahaj's side.
And the one thing I really like from Noble is, I mean, they're taking a lot of control of the map. I mean, you can already see they're pushed up in mid. They've already been able to get through ropes. Look at this. They're all of a sudden, they're in A tower. Zill, he's playing by himself, so he completely has to hold this down by himself. He's able to find the one, dashes himself away. Renz, he has a showstopper, but it's going to cost him his life as well. But he does make it the trade situation now. 3-3. Spike gonna be in the site, gonna be planted in the back corner, so it allows a lot more angles in the ramp to be utilized. It will be Mock to actually find the head of Zekin now, so an advantage situation for Blahaj. Rolling Thunder gonna be used, but they will make the connection on Django. Look at this, he's still able to find 2 more frags, and it still comes up beautifully for Noble. My God, Choice.
No way was that allowed to happen, but my goodness, the quick thinking coming out of Jangler put him in the perfect position to be able to turn around and get 2 frags, even though they were stunned from the Rolling Thunder. That is just quick thinking. That is what it takes to be up here at the top, and my goodness, Jangler is just showing off that they know how to play this Omen character. Whoa, wow, 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 wow. That's all I can say.
Honestly, it just comes right down to those like milliseconds. And I mean, like you said, Jangler was able to get into the new position, TPs himself out, and even though he's stunned, he still wins those frags. I mean, he took 2 people away, which really shouldn't be happening, but Blahaj, they just were not expecting it at all. And even Menace, he's able to dash on through. Look at this, no problem at all. This is like a Quake match now, and they're just pushing on through into the site. And Blahaj, they're trying to find these frags, but they're just not able to make it work at all, not able to cross the T's or dot those I's, leaving it all down to 1 now.
Beautiful play from Noble. Zill, not excited about the position they are put in right now, making a ton of noise, forcing them to kind of come to him. But it's not gonna work this time. King right here, ready and waiting. Does take a ton of damage, 49 HP left over. I mean, they did do that super nice buff to the Marshall where you move faster, it does a lot more damage. So, I mean, it's still a solid pick from, just a solid pick from Blahaj, but it did not work out in their favor this time. Hopefully they'll be able to, with Zill and an operator in their hands, this could be huge for them.
Big investment, big responsibility. Now Zill going to be putting the operator in his hand, and I definitely agree. I mean, they need to try something a little bit different. They haven't had a lot of resources on their side, but they're down 8-0. They need to try something, anything at this moment to see if they can make anything different. And even now, you can even see, look at this control. Blahaj, they're actually putting the fight back to them. So they're actually pushing up through mid, trying to get some intel. And now investigating, able to push themselves back. And Zill does make a little bit of connection, but he's not able to find the frag. And that's the Brimstone smoke that will block it off here on the defensive side.
Yeah, this is huge. If they can get a pick with that operator, that would put a good use and put them out on top. Strafe, though, with these really calm, cool headshots, taking out King. And this is a nice operator duel. This is Blahaj and Noble versing each other with these operators, and Zill one out on this one. This is a great position for Blahaj to be in. It's up 5-3 in terms of players, agents out on the field. And here comes the showstopper. There's a lot going on here. They're going to be able to take out Jalmak, and there goes another member of Blahaj. This is looking ridiculous. Noble are just so good on the pushes.
Jangler able to use his ultimate into the back of the site, and he still is able to win the frag, and then the showstopper right on top, the cherry on top, and they find it now. Noble, they're down to 2. Precision and Zekin, the last 2 players. Rolling Thunder is available. He's going to use it in towards spawn side. So now these 2 players, they're going to have to win these exchanges, but Zekin comes up big with 4 now. He's been able to find 2 more. Can he make this the ace? It's just down to Strafe, a 1-on-2 situation. HP is not there, but it won't matter because Zekin's gonna put the nail to the coffin with an ace.
Wow. Zekin, calm, cool, and collected under absolute pressure from Blahaj. They came in hot and heavy, but it did not matter to him. Zekin came in hot. That was ridiculous.
Madness choice. Madness. We're top 32. We're top 32. This is how Noble wants to play in top 32? All right. I see you, Noble. I see you.
All right, so it seems, oh my goodness, Jalmak, even while flash pointed, gets the headshot onto Menace. But I'm just going to give a little advice to anyone who plays Noble. Ban split. Just ban split.
Yeah, just remove it off the map pool, just entirely. Let's just get it off. Things are actually looking a little bit better here now, so actually, just down to Zekin. He came up big once. Can he do it again? A 1-on-4 holding the operator, finds the side singularity. So now, Blast Pack not going to be boosting the player here, the Raze. And now his position is compromised, so he might be able to reposition himself. And look at this, he's actually going to just run away as fast as possible. He's trying to keep this off in his hands. He's going to be able to survive. And I mean, this is a lot of options. I mean, there's still 50 seconds. He could still go all the way around. He can play with them. He can try to find something here, Choice. No reason for him just to completely retreat.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a good setup from Blahaj, though. Definitely watching on over to the spike. You know, setting up, not pushing angles. They know that Zekin has done something insane before. He could do it again easily. He's got the operator in hand. So this is the right moment. This is the right thing for Blahaj to do. Get the turret out there. Let the turret get the information for you, not your head. So this is a great place for Blahaj and a good round for them.
Still got 16 seconds, so now gonna have to make a quick decision. Actually gonna be throwing the operator away. It looks like he's trying to throw it away. Anyways, he uses the blast back. Oh, he's able to just get out of that situation. He might be able to survive. These players are going for the full hunt. He might be able to pick these players one by one, but he's gonna have to land these shots. He's still got 3 bullets, 3 opponents. He's going in, but he misses. Can he survive? Yes, no, he will not be able to. And it will be Strafe to get him with the last second. They pick up the round and they pick up the frag, and that's a good thing because now they have to burn that economy and they have the money. But it definitely makes a big impact in terms of just bringing things around here.
Woo-hoo-hoo. That's a fantastic round from Blahaj, and that's what I was talking about. I mean, like, it took them a while, obviously. It took them 9 rounds to be able to kind of adjust to what Noble were throwing at them, but now that they have, they've had a couple of solid rounds, even though they've had, you know, kind of been stunting on by Zekin. It doesn't even matter because Blahaj comes back with a nice round win for them, and it looks like this is actually going to be the fake from Noble.
Oh, this is beautifully done. I mean, that, like you said, they use the lockdown. So look at this. Blahaj, they completely bite it. So now they get the full site for free. Strafe is the only player that's close on by, but instead he's not going to try to contest, but instead will wait for his teammates to come back in. Spike's going to plant a menace, tries to go for a little bit of a jiggle peek, but finds too many players, so he gets himself out of their strafe. From the back lines, finds one, but not able to find them more than that. Ren's going to be pushing on through. That's going to be the showstopper that does not get used, but Ren's, he's just able to clean up the house now. And then all of a sudden, King, it's all down to you. 1-on-3 situation. Spike's just diffusing. Quickly and quickly we go, and Ren's finds the 4th. And Blahaj now pick up 2 in a row.
Whoo! Blahaj looking spicy now. I think they were just giving us a show. I think that's what was happening. They were allowing Noble, you know, to win some rounds. You know, they gave him some good confidence, but this time Blahaj coming in hot and heavy now. And, wow. What a couple of rounds for Blahaj.
Much needed rounds as well. I mean, they can still bring things back. I mean, they won't be able to win this half, but I mean, definitely if they can scrape through the last few rounds, it definitely makes it a little bit easier when they go over into the second half on that attacking side. We'll have to now see. Zill actually does get the wall bang. He does a significant amount of damage. He doesn't get the frag, but it works out. Showstopper going to be used, but he's not able to find anybody. But instead, it will be Noble to win those duels. And now, Blahaj, we were talking about good things before, and now things are looking a little bit less bright for them right now as they're down to only 3 choice.
This is huge. Noble definitely coming back themselves. I mean, every single round is an adjustment. You have to figure out, you have to continually evolve your gameplay to be able to win in these long rounds, especially here on Split. Zill, with a lot of trigger discipline here in this situation, is able to take down Precision. It's still a 4v1 situation. You know exactly where he's at. The spike is going to go down on A. Jangler kind of messing around a little bit with the spike. Here it is, a nice repositioning, and this looks like it could be possibly another round for Noble.
I mean, this is pretty much it. Like, Zill has to go for this. I mean, there's no reason for him to save this at all, so he's going to have to try to commit to this, but time is completely ticking. He still has a couple Cloud Bursts available. He actually does have his full utility, so this is a good start. Finds the head of Zekin. Zekin was getting a little bit too adventurous. He was trying to be a little bit cheeky, but now the 9s are out. Gladiator mode here from Noble. We're going to see what they can find, but Menace able to take down Zill through the dark cover, and now that's going to be 10-2, and Noble have now put themselves at double digits in this first half alone. Switching things over now, Blahaj going to be on the attacking side with Noble switching over that defense.
This could be huge for Blahaj, like a nice turnaround for them. They have the Brimstone. They can really hit these fast executes, and Noble has to be ready for that. With this composition, they've got the flashpoints from Breach. They have the Jet to dash in, and they have the Raze to deal a lot of damage and use that utility to be able to push people out of certain corners and angles, and that's when Brimstone can really pop in, send down those smokes, and they can just take over a site almost instantaneously. And so that's what's going to have to happen here for Blahaj, and they're going to have to execute it well, because Noble, like you said, Laz, they're already in double digits here, and we're just starting the second half.
A lot of pressure for Blahaj now, so they're going to have to find this good opening. Pushing on through into mailroom, but it will be Menace. He's still able to win that opening duel. He has the shorty, but Singularity able to find him. A little bit of a nice little surprise through the smoke, and now back to a 3-on-4 situation. Player advantage for Noble. The spike is going to be in possession for the Brimstone. And what they've been able to do is they have a 2-1 split. So they have the 2 players are going to be pushing through B tower, and if they time this perfectly, they should be able to pinch Jangler by himself. They need to do this well. They need to do this very coordinated, but no, it will be Renz. He's just a little bit off pace, and now Jangler finds that opening. He's allowed time to be depleted, and he's able to find another frag, and that's going to be the spike dropped. So only one player remaining, and Jangler trying to make more damage. He does a lot of damage, but he's not able to pick up the frag, and now it's all down to Strafe. Sheriff in hand. He's got 3 players to go. 36 seconds left, your choice. Can he find it? No, it will be Zekin with the drive-by.
Oh my goodness. This is crazy from Noble. They're definitely showing off a lot of their a lot of the tricks up in their sleeve, and it's working out in their favor in a huge way. They are 1 point away, obviously, from this match point here in the top 32 of the Valorant Sunday Showdown. If you're just joining us, we hold this tournament every single week. This is a weekly tournament for Valorant, and we love being here. I am Choice Plays, joined by Laz, and we've been having a pretty good, enjoyable time so far, and so I'm glad you're joining us right now, and I'm glad you're here with us too, Laz.
Hey, I'm glad to hear you. I can't even talk, Choice. I'm glad to be here with you, Choice.
It's because there's so much going on right now.
There's just too much going on. I mean, look at this. Noble. Instead, they just, you know, they're just having a nice shooting gallery. They're just picking bodies apart one by one. Spike's not even dropped yet. I mean, they're in the site. But they haven't been able to find anything. But actually, with a Sheriff headshot, that's going to start things off very nicely. We're back to a 3-3, but now making it to 2-3.
Huge play by Zekin. Here comes the smokes. That's a huge position for them. But no, Zekin gets themselves up onto the ledge and guns down the rest of Blahaj. And that is match point. 12-2 right now here on Split. This is insane.
You know, there's so many different players on pretty much the Noble squad that has done so much work. I mean, you talk about precision. He has 13 assists. 13 assists. I mean, that's, yeah, it's not the frags, but you know what? The flashes make a huge difference. The rolling thunder. There's just so much impact that Precision's been able to bring on Noble's side. And then every single other player. I mean, we talked about Jangler before and Zekin. Everybody is just doing the equal amount of work and contributing, which is just making it so smooth for Noble. They're up 10 rounds on Blahaj, and now this is 10 rounds that they need to bring back to have a tie game to push overtime.
Yeah, absolutely. A nice little switch here. Precision going in with the flashpoint, actually going to keep the attackers off of his back right now. This is absolutely insane, the amount of Cloudburst jumping down right now. They're trying to reposition themselves. What is going on in this situation? It's just one member left of Blahaj. Noble are absolutely dogging on him right now, and it is Noble taking it 13-2 up above Blahaj.
Wow. Stay Noble indeed. 13-2. A very dominant performance on Split. I mean, I was excited to see Split, and that's exactly why. I mean, when do you ever see that? When do you ever see a huge victory like that on a map like Split?
I just don't know. I feel like Split is just one of those maps that people just have. It's an ace in the hole, ace up in the sleeve. They just pull it out, and boom, they just absolutely dominate on that map. And there it is. They really showed us. You showed us.
They really did. I mean, and it's I think for me, it's actually a little bit hard to say who the MVP was. I mean, definitely Zekin, you know, I think is probably the obvious pick. I mean, with the ace and then just picking up quite a few, you know, quads and triples, I think as well. And I think he was on top of the scoreboard, but definitely a lot of big plays. But it will be Zekin. Yeah, I mean, 22-8. I didn't realize that he actually was over 20 frags, but I mean, that makes sense with a combat score of 396 with a raise. Whew. Boy, oh boy.
Oh, man. An absolute dominant performance from Noble. They move on to the top 16 of our playoff bracket. That was a nice quick round here on Split, but I just got to give it to Blahaj. I mean, they have someone, Singularity, who is a fantastic player, subbing in for one of their normal players. So, I mean, it just could be one of those days where they're just feeling a little off. These are fantastic, amazing players. So, I got to give it to them. They stood up to Noble, a fantastic team who obviously are running fantastic executes here on Split. And they kind of stood up to them and got some great frags. Keep going. Blahaj, love you guys. And, yeah, wow. What else can you say about that one, Laz?
Honestly, I think the biggest thing for Noble is that, I mean, they're on their attacking side. They were just able to pinch in sights right away. They had really nice splits, no pun intended. I mean, where they had two, you know, and B main, whereas like 3 players went on top of B tower. They just had really clean executes, and it just looked like, we weren't really seeing that firepower that we've seen from Blahaj before. And like you said, there was a different player in there. Maybe it did shift things a little bit, but it really just looked like Noble. They were just full speed ahead. And man, I'm excited to see them in the later stages of the tournament.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's it for top 32 of the Valorant Sunday Showdown this week. We're going to take a little break before we jump into top 16 with I don't know who and I don't know who just yet, but you'll find out right after this quick little break.